Hey, Quazi.
Yes, Snowflake?
Can I ask you a question? It's a bit sensitive.
Sure, come sit. What would you like to know?
Well, back when Rockcrusher and his friends first left, you promised me that you would tell me more about Hulta. I don't know if it still counts because I aged up faster than we originally thought, but is that offer still on the table?
You weren't kidding when you said sensitive.
How about this? I'll tell you only— Yay!
I'll tell you only if you can tell me something as well.
Well, there's not much to know.
That's because I don't remember any of it. Then come up with something.
Okay. Oh, I got one. I'll go first. I met Midas once.
Oh, really? How did you manage that?
Well, I met him in a dream. I was maybe 5 at the time. I had accidentally knocked over an important machine while my muscles were spasming around in the actual electrocution experiment. And oh boy, did I have a bad time afterwards. I was forced to eat and then throw up my food, and I got 15 extra minutes in the suffocation chamber.
Oh, I always hated that machine.
I know, right? It was the worst. Anyways, that night I genuinely thought that I was going to die and not wake up the next morning. But I did wake up. I was sitting on a lily pad surrounded by these gorgeous crystal clear water and a waterfall in the background. I thought that's what heaven looked like. But when a giant bug creature took up my entire view, my guardians, I was horrified. His statue was like 10, 15 feet tall, but in person, in his own plane, he was over 30 feet high. He could squish me with his pinky finger. His voice was scratchy and I could barely understand him. I could tell he was trying to tell me something, but I was way too horrified to pay attention. I could tell he got annoyed with me at some point, and he just sighed and pushed me under the water with a nail of his pointer finger. Woke up the next day and didn't understand a single thing.
Wow, it's like you have a superpower. The ability to annoy the Guardians so much for them to just let you go. Oh, you're just like my brother.
You have a brother?
Oh, yes. This is my defining character trait.
Then why haven't I heard about him before? It seems like you like him at least a little bit.
Oh, then I guess it's time for my story. My mother is very powerful, very stern, strong, but loving sometimes. She was always too busy with her own work, but she somehow had made time for us. I even got to meet Midas and Demis while we were traveling with her. Quinn, my brother, admired my mother's abilities to the extreme degree. He'd always ask her every single question in the book and annoyed the Gardens with so much they started to ignore him. But that all changed when I made a mistake that pushed her away from us. She kicked us out and forced us to fend for ourselves. But before we left, she told me one thing. Keep a close bond with Quinn. We aren't the only ones with our eyes on him. Magic draws closer to him. Don't let it take Quinn away. Those words ring in my head, even so many years later. I tried to keep Quinn away from magic, but it just didn't work. He just loved it too much. And now, he just isn't my brother anymore. And I've become a little figure in this war between my mother and him. Guardians, it's so annoying. Even in the plane of Midas, I couldn't escape it. I'm just a normal guy. No one cares about me. So why am I a big tool in a war that I don't even want to fight?
For the record, I care about you, Quazi.
Thank you. I don't know how many people could say the same, though. People come up to me asking questions about my family, and I just can't help them. I've been trapped in that facility for so long that nothing feels real anymore. All of the tribe leaders from when I was on Holt are completely different now from when I was there, where they talk to me as if one wrong move will kill them. I don't know what to do, Daiji.
Well, you can do what I always do to our crew. Ignore them. Whenever someone tries to belittle you, ignore it. Whenever someone tries to hurt you, ignore it, and everything goes away.
I don't think that's the best advice, Snowflake.
Well, then it shows that you do know what you're going to do. Should I start listing off bad ideas until you figure out a good one? You could lie about everything, pretend you're a different person, unleash 1,000 moths into the air, and then, all right,
Daiji, I get it. How about, instead of that, I just confront my mother and Quinn about it?
Perfect! See, I knew in a slew of bad advice I could give you, you come up with a great one on your own.
You know me too well, Snowflake.
I know you like the back of my hand.
Oh yeah? Then what am I going to say next?
Daichi, could you go make sure Kevin has secured the rigging correctly?
That's not how my voice sounds, and close enough. Well,
what?
Well, go take my advice. The last time Kevin was in charge of the ropes of the sail, it almost flew off.
Right, that would be bad. Bye, Quazi.
Bye, Snowflake. All right, Quazi, you are one of the Q brothers. You can do this just as well as Quinn can.